Kenny Clark, and this is Lombardi's Bar.
This is one of my favorite podcasts to do.
I'm just, blessed and thankful to be a part of this podcast. It's a great podcast. It's a great interview.
Maybe I know that you guys, obviously being the best Packers podcast that's out there.
I had Malort this weekend, so I'm not tasting anything.
Oh, good.
He did.
God.
He did. That was fantastic.
Because it said, "Did you ever try Malort?" And I said, "No." And then it said, "Do you want to take a shot of Malort?" I said, "No," but I did.
Wait, who said
It's called peer pressure.
Yeah. I tried getting a high honors English class once, and they called my parents and were like, "Hey, just tell him he can't do it."
It shows. It really shows.
I hate you guys so much.
I'm going to throw these two guys into the screen so that if I die, they can carry on the legacy of crap that is this show. Oh, hello, friends. The sun is still shining at 8:30 Eastern. Young children are running around the streets with impunity. Can only mean one thing. It is summer, and that means we are ready for training camp, and Packers football is right around the corner. I hope you are as jazzed as I am. We got people in the chat already. Emma, hello. Welcome back. Jason, also, welcome back into Lombardi's Bar, everybody. Season 4. Quattro. I forget what it is in German because I failed German in college. I don't know any other languages, but it's number 4. I can't believe it's number 4 for us here at Lombardi's Bar. Yes, Iowa Joe. Emma, the bow tie is being retired officially, I think. It's just me now, just Dan at the bar here. And it's not just me at the bar today to talk about everything Green Bay Packer football. There's this guy, Jimmy Christensen. Jimmy, welcome into Lombardi's Bar. How are you feeling, buddy? What's another word for 4? You got any other? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's
I don't know why you thought I would give any
that's German
benefit to this conversation. I do not know. I don't even know how he made it to season 4. I wasn't expecting this, so I didn't study up on it, honestly. I'll get ready for next week.
There's got to be one that we're not thinking of that's just like super.
No, you named all the languages. You hit English and Spanish, and that's it.
English, Spanish. I threw some German in there. Un, deux, trois. I don't know how to go higher than 3 in French. But there's somebody else here that is Mr. Worldwide, a Renaissance man, if you will.
Yeah. New studio.
New studio, yeah, from the great outdoors.
Oh, gentlemen. Dan,
it's Todd.
How do you start off by asking Jimmy for something in a foreign language? He has a loose grasp on the English language.
I make up 95% of my words, and you're going to ask me about foreign languages.
Like, hey, let me ask you a question about a foreign language there, pal.
Well, I thought Jimmy, being a former educator of young minds, would be like worldly or have some, expanded horizons of some kind.
There's a reason he quit doing that, right?
I thought it was because all the kids threatened to kill him.
Also, because he wasn't
small part
good.
of it.
He wasn't good at it.
That's another small part of it, yeah. A pretty big part of it, honestly.
Real quick, shout out to Corey, True North Packer fan. There we go. Giving us another one. Quatre. In French.
That's very true.
Friend of the show, Danny, also in the chat. Welcome, Danny. Thank you guys for tuning in, hanging out with us here for our first episode of this season's Lombardi's Bar. Guys, are you ready? Excited? Training camp is literally like go down to the quick trip, take a left, and boom, you're at training camp.
You got 2 days.
I am. However, I'm excited. Get out of here, Mr. B. I am much more excited for something before training camp, and that's I get to do something I have been trying to do for 3 seasons.
Today's a good day.
And we're going to start off right now by doing it. Dan,
Yes.
you're fired. You are no longer the bartender of Lombardi's Bar. And you're welcome to stick around.
I'd love to.
Yeah, you can hang out.
That's
You
okay.
just have to actually pay your tab from now on.
And this is solely just you're sticking on so we can make January 6th jokes. Just so we're all clear. That's the only reason we're keeping you around.
Well, and you do a lot of the behind the smes stuff that we don't really want to do.
Which
or
is
know
important.
how.
I do that.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
You said
Yes.
do also, so we keep you for that.
Yeah.
We do have a new hire. You have been replaced already.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring in our new host, our new
Please.
bartender, the one and only Jasmine.
Oh gosh, you guys, you killed me already. Already.
Welcome, Jasmine. Thank
Thank
you for taking my job. I truly appreciate it.
Yeah. You're welcome. I'm pretty sure I was like the diversity hire. Obviously, if you just look at you guys. And it's okay. I'm okay with that for now.
The Supreme
and-
Court said we don't have to do that anymore.
Exactly. I was gonna say you didn't have to do this, but
We're progressive. And also with Dan's reputation, we have to start turning that around.
Yeah, we can't just always be, January 6th around here. We've got to mix it up a bit.
We're trying to lift his ban on Bud Light at the bar. So hopefully next week we can have some.
I have only banned Bud Light because it's a shit beer. Miller all the way.
It's not the text we got, but whatever.
And I have to back him on that. I know Jimmy and Todd aren't gonna like that, but I mean Bud Light is just not a good beer.
No, it's a garbage beer. It's
So-
terrible.
It's not good.
Okay.
I can't say anything. I literally have a Busch Light right here, so it's not like that's that much better. But it's better than Bud Light.
Well, I want to thank you guys for thinking of me. I don't know if you guys know like many other Black people, so I guess
I know a couple. Okay.
I met one at the gas station the other day. First one.
I
And you're like-
literally just heard my wife cackle from downstairs.
But I am really glad to be here. And even though I haven't really met any of you guys in person, especially Todd, even though he was like 2 feet away from me one time at a game,
We said what's up.
sure, whatever. He was
Weren't-
busy.
You guys were both in the same picture, weren't you?
We were. But I feel like I know you guys so well already.
Jasmine didn't even follow me back on Twitter until like last week.
Listen.
Honestly, respect.
Calling her out right away.
I'm sorry. I don't pay attention, and it doesn't
Dan's
tell
just
me.
salty because you took his job.
I know. I'm sorry, but at least you can still be here. You know what I mean? And
At least I get to stick around.
yeah,
Yeah.
For now.
and I'm
Yeah. Todd's waiting for the day he can for real fire you off here.
no. I think we need the balance. I feel like you need Dan, or it's just going to be the sexual tension between Jimmy and Todd, and like that's only so much you can watch of that.
Yes,
That's a lot.
apparently you need the asexual untension of me.
Just takes it all away.
Just sits here like, hey guys,
I'm done.
who wants to know a good story about a bridge?
Dan, ever since you brought up MASH, you can never expect that anybody would think that that brings sexual tension.
Fair enough.
I also won't be wearing a bow tie. Matt asked. I have a
We
really good
tried, Matt.
I have good collarbones, and it'll be too much. It's too much.
Yeah, work with what you got. Just that's what we're here for.
Yeah, I'll think of something else I can wear.
Also, Lambo, I am in Montana. Those mountains there are in Glacier National Park. I'm just outside of the park, somewhere on a gravel road. So if somebody happens to drive by me for the first time in like 3 hours, dust storm. That's all this is going to be over here. And yes, I am on Daddy Elon's satellite internet.
I love that.
Daddy.
Love that journey.
Keep an eye out for Cocaine Bear.
I'm keeping an eye out for all bears in general, mostly to make fun of them because they're bears. I'm not scared. This is a Packer show. They can't fuck with us.
Hey, Bear.
It's just science.
But in case one tries, I do have the bear spray handy.
Dude, I really hope
because your boy is out here.
No,
I'm hoping for a
mauling
horror screen moment of just you can see up at the top of this little hill there, something kind of comes up the top, goes behind a bush, it pops up a little bit closer. This
little hill here.
Yes, that little hill.
It's right behind him too. It's not far away at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that. It'd take a minute for him to get down here, but yeah, no, that's not a little hill.
Oh God. I'll tell you. I would warn you, Todd. I know they wouldn't, but I would.
I don't think you have to. He can see himself in the screen.
He won't be. Oh, they're true. He's looking at himself probably the whole time. All right. Well, before we get into our first segment, I did see that they wanted me to wear wigs, different ones each week. So I might do that for you guys. So we did talk about that. So I might do that for you guys. I can handle that. But we can get into buy around, and we are going to start with Todd.
Oh, that was a mistake. You never go with Todd. You never go with Todd.
He looks like very stoic over there. I just have to make sure it wasn't frozen.
There's a good chance I was. I'm gonna go with. I think probably everyone's favorite player on offense coming into this season, Aaron Jones. I feel like the last few years, while there's been, some play calling struggles between LaFleur and the former quarterback of the team, a lot of times Aaron Jones kind of got caught in the middle of that. LaFleur seems like a guy who likes to try and get something established with the run. And, you look at other teams that are running this offense, they really get behind the run. So I'm buying around for Trey, sticking around, ready to have a good season, I hope, and just finally become the leader of the offense and the standout player. I don't think we've scratched the surface of what he can be. How many times do we look at and he has 3 touches and a half and we're like, what the hell was that? So I'm excited for the offense to hopefully run through him this year.
I think too with someone put a graph I think it was today I saw it, of just running backs progression. I guess you should say degression. And after season 4, you start seeing a pretty slow to start and then drastic drop off. And I know we used to complain so much about Aaron Jones not being used enough, but I think at this point now with Rodgers being gone, at the time, I wish we still used him more, but I think it's paying dividends now because he was always either with Jamal Williams, AJ Dillon last couple of years. So he doesn't have the wear and tear that a lot of RB1s do. So we can actually use him as we should hopefully this year and not check out of every run play being called by Matt LaFleur. But I think he's going to have, I don't understand how he wasn't in the top 10 list. It has to be one of the dumbest things I've seen, but this is going to be a big year for him.
I think when you talk about getting caught in the middle between LaFleur and Rodgers, I think AJ Dillon almost fits that a little bit more than Aaron Jones, because Aaron Jones was always sort of more of the natural first go-to check down sort of option as a running back and would still get it. AJ Dillon, it felt like they would set up a lot of these plays where it was, let's go back to the game over in London where it was clearly 2 plays lined up to give it to AJ Dillon and bowling ball his way for 2 fucking yards, and Aaron checks out of it both times. I think he gets caught more in that crossfire, but I think you're right though, Todd. I think this is going to be a very interesting season to see what these guys do in an actual offense with a quarterback that wants to play with them.
I don't like that it only took us 14 minutes into this new season to say Todd was right. I feel like we should have really waited a lot longer to get to that point.
Well, let's not forget that Dan first just stole Aaron Jones' shine with that and had to bring up how it's more about AJ Dillon before coming back.
I was trying to
to it.
enhance.
I didn't
your
have Dan
argument.
going. I didn't have Dan going anti Trey here in the first episode of the season, but I guess with the Writers Guild on strike, anything's possible.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know, but I
Anyway.
appreciated it.
I feel like that's like Todd. Like Todd's just gonna sprinkle that in all the time. It's like a generic, like in this economy.
with these writers on strike,
these
come on.
Like,
I can't. Dan, who do you want to buy around for?
I would like to buy around for friend of the show, Kenny Clark, because that man is coming into another season where he is. It feels like more and more each season. Kenny is becoming like the guy on defense, like the leader of this defense. Every season, it just kind of feels more and more like not much changes. It just feels like Kenny is this guy, and he's going to continue it. But really, what I want to buy around for Kenny for is just a congratulations to him and his whole family for, this will be the first season that his dad gets to come to Lambeau and watch his son play in the NFL. His dad had been in prison for many years. And so this is, something that I think, obviously it clearly means a lot to Kenny to have his dad finally out here. And I think it's great that it's pretty obvious that he's maintained a relationship with his dad while he was serving time, and that they maintained a relationship, and now they can kind of get to catch up on a lot of missed time. And so it clearly meant a lot to Kenny that it happened. And so I'm very happy for him. And I look forward to his first game at Lambeau, and hopefully his dad is there. And he just kicks the shit out of whoever's playing quarterback for the Saints.
What? Are you okay,
What
Jimmy?
is so? There's something in the private chat, I'm sure, that's fucking about.
No, I just couldn't. I heard Dad, and I knew Todd was going to say something about his dad, and I couldn't keep it in anymore. I saw him smirk, so then I started smirking more.
At some point, Dan, that was intentional. Shout out to Kenny for having a dad, having a relationship with his dad, his dad being alive. Just wow, nailed it. All of it. He's his dad. Yeah, cool. Yeah, good ups to Kenny. Stoked
what
for
you
him.
said, absolutely. And God damn it, Todd. We saw last season. That's why we did the 20-word long title we did for the Sackathon for Kenny. Started the program to work with kids who have family members, parents incarcerated. So seeing his dad finally getting out after 19 years and hopefully being able to come to see Kenny play is a really awesome thing. And I'm excited to see that. And I'm sure he'll be posting some pictures on social media about it. But good for him. And yeah, like you said, congrats to the family. And I'm sorry for laughing about Todd.
Do you have a genuine comment to make, Todd, or is it just all dead dad jokes?
I mean, it's everything you guys said. That's, it is amazing that he was able to maintain a relationship with his dad all that time, and that he's out and can come watch him not only play in the NFL, but play at a very high level in the NFL. And you're right. He is, the last couple of years really kind of coming into his own, and being the leader of the defense. So it'll be exciting to see that all around.
It's crazy that he's only 28 and he's an 8-year veteran. That should not be a thing.
Yeah.
He's a monster. But
I feel very old, but it's fine. Jimmy, who do you want to buy around for?
I'm actually going. I wish I didn't have to go after this one because Dan had a really good sentimental one, and I went with Bakhtiari and Tucker Kraft because they did beer Olympics. And so they drank a lot of beer, and it was cool. I watched killed it in the chugging. They dominated, destroyed Will Compton and Taylor Lewan in Flip Cup, and it was fun. They posted a couple videos. I feel like Tucker Kraft is going to be like a mini David Bakhtiari because all you see on his Instagram right now is him on a boat just drinking with his friends. And I feel some workout ones too. I know that's important, but I feel like he just gives very big David Bakhtiari vibes, and it's just going to be a really fun time on that offense. And with the youth movement coming in, I know we did not see this a lot in the past, but seeing our oldest veteran on the offense hanging out with the young rookie is a sight for sore eyes, they say. So it's fun to see the team getting along, even the old guys get involved. And again, anytime I see athletes drinking beer and chugging beer, and I see that they're just like us common folk, I am a fan.
Just like you. Exactly like you.
Just like us. We all wear crop tops.
Very similar.
One of us. One of us.
I binge drink. David Bakhtiari binge drinks. It's something we do.
We do together.
People like us.
I feel that.
Yes.
Oh, God. I mean, I definitely can't chug a beer like David Bakhtiari.
No, I can't either.
Only few can.
At all. I can barely get it. Like, no, that's a lot.
Next week, we have to see this happen. Or sorry, the first show in August, your job is to chug a beer.
No.
So, okay. Well, fair enough. I tried. That's all it took.
I can like maybe shotgun.
I feel like that's harder.
But then I feel like I can like make it look like it's not actually, I can just.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. You can, there's,
But if
there's
I'm literally
ways to-
just straight up chugging it, it'll just be like this all over me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'll just be like, no, it's not. No, it's fine.
Not today. Not today.
Not today. No. Okay. So for the next segment, we're paying the tab. All right. Who is.
That's just good life advice, Jay.
Gotta relax. Listen.
Relax the floor, cradle the balls.
Yep.
I'll work on it, Jay. Okay. Thanks.
I can't stand you guys.
All right. Dan, who do you want to pay the tab?
I would like Packer fans to just go ahead and pay the tab, because here's the thing, gang. We've moved past our national dilemma. The crisis is over. Okay, the big scary Baba Yaga man is gone. He's in New York. Okay, let's all come together now as a united front and direct all of this hate that we seem to be having between people who talk about Aaron Rodgers too much, people who don't talk about Aaron Rodgers enough. Let's bring that hate and let's channel it to the people that really deserve it, like Bears and Vikings fans. Training camp, like Jimmy said, it's 2 days away. It's time to get into mid-season form, gang. All right? No more of these little bickerings, these little quote tweet stuff. Let's hate the people who deserve it.
Okay.
Can we hate the people who still bring up Rodgers like he is on the team a little bit, though? Like, if we don't say it,
a little bit.
Can we hate him?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Keep it to yourself, but you can still hate them.
Keep it to the DMs.
How many fans do you think I should say fans loosely, do you think we're going to lose or have lost because Rodgers left the team? Like, do you think there was a part of the fan
It's
base
not
that
a-
was
it's
actually
not a
Rodgers
serious-
fan?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I had
Fair
a lot
enough.
of people ask me that question. And I was like, I will hurt you. Ask me one more time. I'm like, what? A lot of people who weren't obviously Packers fans would just be like, so are you still going to be a Packers fan or are you going to go to the Jets? And I was like, I'm going to remove you from my phone. You're blocked. Because people
Got to remove toxicity.
Yeah, they just like to try to get under my
Is
skin.
that what my texts haven't been going through?
It was way before that, honey. Okay.
I thought maybe you got an Android that kept turning green.
I should actually block you. Oh, Dan, you're Android.
Another reason he was fired.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend like you didn't say that. Okay.
That's why we do our group chats on Twitter, because otherwise our fucking text bubbles are green.
Horrific. Oh, that'd be horrific.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Okay, Todd, who do you want to pay the tab?
Who did I put on here? Oh yeah,
It wasn't me first. It was Todd. Yes.
everyone that has anything to do with the defense. Like, we have been on the defensive hype train. It seems like the last 3 years. There's so much invested in this defense, and they continue to fall on their face. And then people will come around and say, yeah, well, I found a pile of stats that makes it sound like they weren't that bad. They have not been good. They have not been living up to expectations. And this is a time when this team needs the defense to stand up and help a young offense not need to win every single game.
Yeah, there's really nothing more to add to that. Todd's right for the second time in 25 minutes.
I was gonna say, so well spoken, Todd. I loved it.
What up? What up?
What up? DM's open, ladies.
Okay.
I don't think they've been as bad as a lot of people say.
There it is.
Okay.
There is.
I'm not listening to this. Dan and I had a discussion about this once this offseason already. I don't remember if it was on Twitter, if it was on one of the shows that we did.
It was on one of the shows. And Jimmy backed me up. I want Jimmy sitting over here trying to play it cool.
I'll remove him too. I don't want to get yelled at this show. Jimmy?
No, I think Justy Evely put it perfectly in a tweet today that said Joe Barry does it perfectly, where he coasts for 3/4 of the season, becomes competent the last fourth to have some kind of like, hey, keep me around, and then goes back to sucking. And that's just the Joe Barry style. You suck for a long time, you do okay for a little bit, and then you try to keep your job. He hasn't mastered. Work smarter, not harder.
Say that one more time. He does what now?
God damn it. All right. I'm going to make someone else pay the tab before I'd say that again. I'm going with Matt LaFleur. If you have not listened to I should remember. It's either The Ringer or The Athletic. I listened to both the podcasts and I can't remember.
Hold on.
Play callers?
I just want to point out that Jimmy was telling me before the show that he actually did some homework. He had stats. He had data to back up things he was going to talk about. Can't remember what podcast he's thinking about.
I wrote a star.
Like I've got notes on
Put
this.
it right up on the fridge so everybody can see it every day.
I'm talented. Anyways, on The Athletic, they did the Play Callers podcast. And one of the things they kept mentioning is they had defensive coordinators to always push them. Shanahan had Saleh, DeMeco Ryans. McVay had Staley. I was thinking Holes, Stanley Yelnats. Staley, and then Sheed Morris. Miami's bringing in Vic Fangio, and the Packers have had Mike Pettin, which I understand keeping him around for one more year. You made the right call firing his ass right away, but now we have Joe Barry going into year 3. Like, we don't have that defensive coordinator to push Matt LaFleur every day in practice to counter his offensive attack, to make him get more creative and figure out how to stop a top defense, because, spoiler alert, we have not had a top defense. Even though we have all the talent in the world, they might play well for some time. The end of the last season, they did well. That 49ers game in the playoffs, again, did really well. And that convinced me for a season that he was going to be okay. Like, he has moments, but you're not going to be a playoff team, and you're not going to be a Super Bowl team if you have moments on defense. You have to be consistently an above average or top 10 defense. With an offense right now that has question marks, you have to be a consistently top 10 defense for us to even have a chance. So, Matt LaFleur, if this year does not work out, please, for the love of God, fire Joe Barry and just get someone competent to push you during practice, push you in the offseason to become creative. Not that the offense is a problem, but holy fuck, I can't do this anymore. I can't do Joe Barry. Dan, I left your side and I'm on Todd's now. I can't do the Joe Barry shit.
Okay. I'm by no means am I standing up for Joe Barry here.
It sounds
but
like
are we really saying
before they stand up for Joe Barry?
Are we really trying to make a point that Joe Barry isn't good because he doesn't push Matt LaFleur in practice?
No, Joe Barry's not good because our defense is not good. I'm saying that if you have consistent, great offensive coaches, saying I had a defensive coordinator to push me and to help me evolve because they would stop something that I'm running to make me change it and have up-to-date current defenses. I don't like one coach, anomaly. You have 3 of the top coaches in the offensive coaches in the NFL saying bringing in defensive coaches is important to push you in practice. Is that why we should fire him? No. I think his track record of having a shitty defense or below average defense with the talent that we have should be reason enough. It's not solely this, but I don't think having someone to push Matt LaFleur on the offensive side is going to hurt the team.
But couldn't you say that Matt LaFleur's offense should be pushing Joe Barry's defense to get better?
Yeah, I'm sure it pushes the defense and beats them all the time. I think he's forgetting to do the get better part, is what I'm saying. I think the offense is doing fine. I think Joe Barry forgot the get better part.
Okay. Just seems specious at best, but okay.
I don't know what specious means, so that doesn't insult me.
Okay. We'll agree to disagree. And we'll move to the position battle. Todd.
Get used to saying that a lot, Jasmine.
Yeah. I figured that. Todd, position battle. You've been quiet. I feel like. Are you okay?
Yeah.
2 times in one show. Go ahead, Todd.
What?
Oh, I thought you didn't know who you put. That's why there was like the pause.
No,
I got excited. I wanted to rub it in your face. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Wow. Okay.
Disrespectful.
I'm excited for the wide receiver battle. I think there's a lot of young guys in there. Realistically, like, I don't think we know what we have in any of them. We've seen what Christian Watson can do. We've seen Romeo in small doses, but I don't think that spread out over a 17-game season, we know what we have in any of these guys, especially with a new quarterback in there, a new offense. Like, I'm excited to see what happens with that group. There's a lot of young talent, a lot of different body types, a lot of different skill sets, just to see what they're able to do there and kind of push each other around and see what happens.
I feel like we have a unit that complements each other so well. Like, Christian Watson is the big play receiver. Great unit.
Very complimentary unit.
Very complimentary, all symmetrical. And I think with Watson being such a deep threat,
there's some long ones, there's some thick ones.
Oh my God. All right.
And we have Romeo Doubs, who's consistent possession receiver, Reed, who's going to be a slot. And then we have Samari Toure, who we're hoping can turn into something this year. I think everyone, I don't know. There should be really no excuse this year.
So I know the rest of the names there, Jimmy. I know the rest of the names there, but some other people might not. Maybe you just want to keep telling other people who's on the team because they might not know. I definitely do.
We drafted some other guy that started with like a B. Labo, we'll say it because he liked him. I know the top 5.
Oh, there was that kid out of Michigan State. I think Reed.
Yeah,
I said Reed.
Reed. You did say Reed. Okay, that's who I'm excited most about. The wide receiver group. I think he's got some fun upside to him. I think he honestly has more of an idea. He fits more of the ideal Randall Cobb type than I think.
Wicks.
What's his name? Romeo Doubs does. Personally, I think Reed fits that a little bit better. But yeah, I'm excited about all these guys.
Yeah, it should. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited, and having an offense follow the plan, get creative, have plays, set up one's future in the game. It's going to be fun. I know you have that like weird, we could be terrible in the back of your mind, but having that excitement of seeing a brand new team for the first time in a long time will be.
Well, and I think, at least for me, like just remembering back to Rodgers' first season, like they were 4-12. I don't think that was indicative of what that team actually was. They were on paper better than a 4-12 team. And I think looking at this team, like just with the age that's there, being so young all around, like if their record is 5-12 this year, not ideal, but it's not going to be sound the alarms and get rid of everybody. Like, no,
except for Joe Barry.
Except for jeez.
Yeah, fire him regardless. 6-10, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Same,
but different. Thailand rules.
All right, Dan, your position battle.
Math.
I mean, mine's pretty easy because it kind of follows Jimmy's almost. It's tight end. There's just so many young pass catchers on this team, whether it's wide receivers, tight ends. Like there's a ton of young talent here. You saying hello to the bear there, Todd?
Yeah, I got excited.
No, there was some little ground critter playing in the weeds, and I threw a rock, and he took off.
That's a smirk on a psychopath has after throwing a rock.
Like you actually killed it, didn't you?
No,
yeah,
he
ran off. No,
He's not
it's
moving
dead.
Lost
anymore.
it where I knew he wasn't, and it scared me.
Muskrat.
Ran
It's
across
what's
the
for
road.
dinner.
Oh, it's his dinner. You
Yep.
know,
He has it over his shoulder in a couple
he
minutes.
doesn't have to tell us that.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just looking forward to. I loved both of the picks when they happened. I think it's very clear that Matt LaFleur wants to just fill this offense with as many young pass catchers as they can, and see what the hell happens. And so yeah, I'm excited about tight end.
Who do you think's gonna? How much do you think DeGuara is gonna play at tight end, or do you think they'll be running with Musgrave and Tucker and having him?
I have a feeling that he will play quite a bit of tight end, but I think he's going to be moved around a little bit more, like inside of motions or into like the backfield or things like that. I think,
Buddy, I need a Culver sponsorship.
I think Kraft and Musgrave will be primarily much more pass catching oriented versus DeGuara kind of an Swiss Army knife sort of tight end.
Yeah, no, I agree. But Mark's comment made me think maybe he saw this already too. Tucker Kraft did a video of some guy who always does like different pre-workout meals. And it's like, is this a good pre-workout? And he chose his favorite sandwich, which was a Culver's like triple decker. Just destroyed it on camera. So then try to work out with it. He did great. He looked very physically fit. So I think it's a pre-workout meal.
Jay brings up a good point. Jay brings up a good point. I think you just hopefully one of these guys turns into, Travis Kelce Jr.
I'm hoping for an Aaron Hernandez.
I would absolutely take a Travis Kelce.
Hell.
But anyway, Jimmy, your turn.
I'm going to go with safety. Dan did not like that comment. I'm very sorry. I'm going to go with safety because it's just so unproven. We got Darnell Savage, who we already know what happened with him. He got benched, came back, played better, which is great. He had the Joe Barry style, wait till the end of the season to play a little bit better. But everyone else is pretty we have Jonathan Owens, aka Simone Biles' wife. He had 971 snaps last year on defense, 71 on special teams. Hopefully he can, I'm assuming he's going to be a projected starter going into the season. Savage was the second closest for snaps with 819. Again, though, got benched because he sucked. Maybe we'll see him more in the slot as well, move him around. Tavarius Moore, we signed from the 49ers, 41 snaps. Levitt, he had 0 defensive snap. He's solely special teams, so getting him out of there. And then Rudy Ford, we had his big game where he had 2 interceptions right away. So shows he can be a playmaker. He had 442 snaps. So honestly, it's just such a toss-up. You never know where it's going to go. I think Moore's probably going to be a special teamer. It's going to be between, and then we have Anthony Johnson, the rookie that we drafted. Todd mentioned, again, not going to say he was correct because I can't do it 3 times in one show. He had a lot of hype going into after being drafted.
I wasn't wrong.
But you weren't
But
wrong.
he wasn't.
He had a lot of hype saying like, how did he fall this late? He's going to be so good. But again, he's a late round draft pick. Hopefully he does turn out like that'd be the best thing in the world, but who fucking knows? He's a late round draft pick and the Packers don't even like to play first round draft picks sometimes. So he might be coming along slowly. That safety position is going to be a battle. I'm excited to see who actually starts. It'll be fun.
Absolutely. Also, I just want to mention that I am kind of popular in the chat. I just wanted to.
You
Just
got
saying.
one comment. Grow up.
I got
2.
2.
I see 2.
You had 2. I can't count. Grow up. Stole that one from Todd. But yes.
Okay. Good job, guys. All right. Are you ready to go to the next section?
I just want to highlight, no one said good job, Jimmy, getting the snap numbers. Does anyone want to take a second and praise me?
Oh, well, I was gonna point out that the number of snaps somebody plays on defense is indicative of how good they are.
It's indicative of their experience and where they were trusted before. Okay.
Yeah, just look at Van Ness. Look at Van Ness. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You did a really good job, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jasmine. Also,
Yeah.
fuck up the other 2 of you. All right.
How did it take us almost 40 minutes to mention the Packers' first round pick?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
And it was in a underhanded comment.
Yeah.
It wasn't
I
even
mean,
a real conversation.
My brain was scrambling to figure out who the hell you were talking about, and then I was like, Oh wait, yeah. No. That's the first round pick. Got it.
My
Look at
don't
us.
worry, my brain halfway through, I'm like, is that his name? Like, am I-
We're just in mid-season form already, guys. Can't remember.
Talk about an underwhelming
about
selection.
players. He could be good. He could be our Joey Bosa. He was probably at January 6th with Dan.
Oh, for the love of the Lord. I thought we weren't going to mention that today.
No, it's going to be mentioned.
Oh,
in
that
the
ship
show.
sailed from the get-go.
Yeah, that was 2 minutes in. I'm sorry,
Jasmine,
Dan. I'll
don't
give you a
make us
break. next
Photoshop
week.
pictures of you at the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
No one would believe.
right there. All right, breakout camp players. Dan, you want to start us off?
I'm going to go with my boy, Carl Brooks from the Bowling Green State University. Early talk is that he has been flashing in pretty much every position that he's been in. And they've kind of moved around, and he's just always had sort of a, everywhere he's been just making plays. And he's a 6th-round guy. Granted, it's a smaller school. How much is that going to translate over? But he does have an opportunity because they're thin at the edge rushing position. And if he can come in and make enough splash plays, he could come out of here being a real steal in the draft in the 6th round. And so I was already rooting for him because he's a good old Falcon. But I'm still excited to see what he can do because everyone wants to get Van Ness, but there's a significant chance that Carl Brooks is going to be playing some kind of significant snaps, possibly early on in the season. So Carl Brooks is my guy.
All right. And
I hope so, just so we can have you use your Bowling Green connection to get him on the show.
I have been trying. And so far I've realized that I have no actual Bowling Green connection. The university wants nothing to do with me.
I tried. My coworker Chucky played football with him. I tried. It didn't work either. He said,
Sorry.
talk to my agent. I said, who's his agent? He just said, I don't know. It's like, zero help, my guy.
I forgot the one connection you wanted me to bring on, Jimmy, so I apologize, but I'm going to get her to watch.
Holly.
I'm sorry. I forgot.
Big
But-
brother.
You can go with your breakout.
Can you have her bring notes on how much she loves Julie Chen
Yes.
when she comes on here? Thank you.
Sure.
I'm going with damn it, I was gonna say a Todd, but it's really pulling to Jimmy. I forgot who I put. Brenton
Look at
Cox
the chat.
Jr.
Over the chat. Just look in the goddamn chat. Everyone is talking about it.
Oh, cool. Perfect. I wasn't looking. Brenton Cox Jr.
What were
Obviously
you looking
undrafted.
at? If you weren't looking at the agenda and you weren't looking at the chat, what
Cox.
were you?
I was looking at my camera. It's above the
Never-
computer.
You know what? I don't want to know.
Okay, fair enough. He should have been a higher draft pick, but apparently when you get kicked out of 2 different programs and have a marijuana charge, not a good look. I personally don't care about the marijuana thing because it'll help you play better, but the getting kicked out of 2 big programs is a problem. He has all the talent. It's pretty much just getting his head on straight. As Kingsley and Igbare said, there's not much to do in Green Bay, so hopefully that keeps him out of trouble. And there's not that
Didn't
many.
stop Nick Barnett from throwing people through windows.
That's not trouble. That's just having a good time. I don't think that's an issue. Hopefully he can get his head on straight, have everyone kind of bring him up. There's no better locker room to do it in than Green Bay. You have Kenny Clark on that defensive line, who's just an 85-year-old wise man in a 28-year-old body. So I think he can be really dominant on that defense. I shouldn't say dominant. I take that part back. He can be a contributor his first year. Hopefully in the future become a really great player. But it could be a great addition to the team and not even having to waste a draft pick on it. So let's see what can happen. But I think even if he doesn't turn out to play that much, I think he's like prime for like your camp crush because he's going to make splash plays. Everyone loves an undrafted rookie story. So I think people are going to be for
Cox.
Okay.
Todd's turn.
All right, Todd. Just couldn't help yourself, could you?
It was there. I
I'm
had to
surprised
take
it waited that long, honestly.
Yep. Well, you wouldn't shut up.
I was trying to get a point across and I rambled. I'm sorry. It's
You
the
got
first show
that
of the
point
season.
across 16 times. Thank you.
I'm a little nervous today, Todd. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, you're not. Calm down.
I know, I'm trying to get thirsty.
So Believe it or not, I didn't do a ton of homework on this, and I can name like maybe 6 people on this roster. I'm not ready for training camp yet. So is Ty Summers still on the team? Because he was always a good camp. He was always a good camp player, right?
Yeah, he could be really good. He's on the Saints with Jamal.
I was gonna say I thought he was on the Saints.
Okay, cool. I feel like my camp crush every year, like whoever I say early in the year, just turns out to be a flop. So I'm not picking anybody this year because unlike Jimmy, I realize when there's a trend towards the negative. So I don't want to pick somebody and ruin their shit before they even get a chance to show up. Nice jersey on your fucking wall, Jimmy. Sorry to Tucker Kraft.
Also, just so people don't think Todd's dumb, he was bringing up Ty Summers because I always thought he was going to be an okay player. He actually knows he's not on the team. He sent me a signed Ty Summers.
Why are you defending him?
Because
of what he was just about to say.
Oh God.
What did I send you?
A beautiful signed picture of Ty Summers that you probably spent $1.50 on, and I really appreciate it.
It was $5 plus shipping. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. He was my first ever Packer interview, actually. I think that's why I have a soft spot. Ty Summers.
Was it
I lied. Billy Turner. Billy Turner was first. Then
was it an autographed picture of Ty Summers getting stuffed in the hole and watching the running back run 3 yards past him?
And it was autographed by me. I didn't even forge Ty Summers. I just wrote Todd Barney.
Dear Jimmy, thanks for the support, asshole.
Fuck off. Who was it? Sorry, he played a game, and Todd would text me every time he made a mistake, and didn't some quarterback juke him? I can't remember who it was.
It was the Saints preseason game. I think it was the one that I was at last year.
Yeah.
He just got this shit kicked out of him. And I was sitting up in the box the whole time, just texted Jimmy like, your boy's looking real bad out here.
The worst part is I'm trying to watch, like I took Hadley to like one of the bars, the bar restaurant, not just taking my kid to a bar.
Took Hadley to the bar.
I did take her to the bar. It's up north Wisconsin. Every place you want to get food is actually a bar. But I'm trying to enjoy time with her, and I keep getting texts saying, Ty Summers did this. Ty Summers did this. And I was like, Hadley, don't talk to me for an hour. This is shit.
The best part was that he was your breakout player last year.
I thought he could be really good on special teams.
And every single person that we brought on, I went out of the way to ask them about him, and they all were like, no. No, they didn't even try to, like, Wes, one of the nicest people in the world. I don't know that Wes has ever said a bad word about anybody. When asked about Ty Summers, was like, absolutely not.
Well, we all have our flaws.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was gonna say that, Todd, I can be your breakout camp player.
Yet
like
to be determined. Like, not a bad first performance, but
well, no, but it's just like it's a Never mind. Fine.
We're not even in pads yet. Wait till the hitting starts.
Okay. Well, let's go to bar bets. And we'll start with will Aaron Rodgers talk about drugs on Hard Knocks?
Yes.
Yes. $5 Bakhtiaris.
Yes.
Stands like yes.
Hammer over.
They're gonna ask him about his ayahuasca or his psychedelics conference he did. So definitely.
Todd.
Well, are we saying ayahuasca is a drug? That's a medicine.
Sorry, your words have spells because that's why they're spelled. So
fuck. That made me nearly vomit when I read that. It made me want to scream.
Oh, why do you think the English language says spell words? Dan, can you give me a better reason behind that?
Jesus, tap dancing Christ. That made me.
That'd be a great
throw myself through a
dashboard.
plate glass window.
So, are we calling plant medicine, like all plant medicines? Are we calling those drugs?
It depends.
Because if we are,
what are we removing then? Mushrooms, weed, ayahuasca. Are we removing all three of those?
Okay. Does he bring up ayahuasca, marijuana, or any other psychedelic?
Yeah.
Or miscellaneous psychedelic?
For sure. Why didn't you put it like that? Yes. Yeah, no, I think
1,000%.
So. Yeah.
Absolutely. Todd, are you okay?
We're all right. We're okay. I'm allergic to bears. There must be one close.
So now that you know what we're talking about, What is
That's his bear spray.
Do you actually?
Safety
Oh
first.
my gosh.
Got to be bear aware out here in the wilderness.
Oh, I think we have a.
Five Bakhtiaris. Yes, it'll get brought up.
Okay.
So the punishment for this though is the loser has to get sprayed with Todd's bear spray.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Jesus Christ.
Little
Okay, Dan, because
aggressive.
he's gonna put 5 for everything, and we could just work the system and have him lose. It was gonna be a strategy to spray Todd with it.
Look, I hate Todd as much as the next person, but I don't want him to
Dan?
die. That will kill him.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, and I don't think it will.
Oh, for the love of the Lord.
What's our next
Does
part?
bear? No, seriously, a bear mace kills you. I thought it just really, really, really hurts.
I think it could.
I mean, it has to disable like a bear. Like,
Yeah, disable.
it's-
It doesn't kill a bear, does it?
But think about
It's
what
like
if
a
it
lot.
does that to a bear. What's it going to do to you?
I'm not saying like spray it for 10 seconds. Just a little like cologne.
okay. Okay. I'll think about. I have to think about what the punishment is. Okay.
Well, you have an option.
Okay. Anyway, will the Packers sign an impact player before week 1 of the preseason? Todd, you want to extend this on?
5 Bakhtiaris. No.
Okay. Jimmy.
Do we count Denzel Mims as an impact player?
If he is signed and has an impact on the team, yes.
Well, I didn't. That is a great point. I really like.
Those
how
are
you
the
broke
only
it
kind I
down.
make.
I like how you broke it down for me. I'm gonna go no, but 2 Bakhtiaris.
Okay.
Dan.
I'll go 3 and also no, because I just don't think they have any money to sign anybody. I think they would love to. I just don't think they have money anymore.
Okay.
Fair.
All right. And last, will Mike Florio run a story about Jordan Love underperforming before preseason?
Hell yes. 5 Bakhtiaris, yes. That motherfucker is waiting for it. He's got it written up already.
Todd.
5 Bakhtiaris, yes. Probably the only thing he's going to write that's not done by an AI.
ChatGPT, can you do my next tweet?
Yeah.
Jimmy.
I'm gonna go against these two. I'm actually gonna say 2 Bakhtiaris. No.
Whoa, he's confident.
So
Wow.
confident. No, I don't think he's going to. I think maybe with Rodgers being gone, he's just gonna say, you know what? Let's turn the page on this. And I'm hoping to
And
get
what
Bakhtiaris
happened
for
next?
this.
In
Do we-
Whoville, they say,
we
Mike
start
Florio
fresh at the-
Stark grew 3 sizes that day.
Don't quote the Grinch at me right now. Can we restart are we counting these right now all the way to the end of the season, or does it refresh at
This
week 1?
Something we could talk about in a production meeting.
Off air.
Yeah, I know, but it came to my brain right now, so I asked it.
Oh, make a
Write it
note.
down.
Yeah, you've got a notepad right there.
Put it in your little journal.
My pen's not clicked, and I can't do it right now.
Okay.
Well,
I'll
then
write
I
it
guess
down for
we'll
you.
never
I'll
know.
write it down for you, Jimmy. Okay.
Thanks so
Don't
much.
do that for him.
I'll ask you guys in like 2 minutes after we wrap up.
Super.
Always wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Speaking of wrapping it up,
Do I?
Dan hates us today.
Was I supposed to wrap it up?
He's
Am I
just
supposed to-
adjusting to life on this side of the bar.
Yeah, he's become an angry drunk like the rest of us.
You know.
I'm not a drunk. This is just how I am.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
You
I don't need to be drinking.
I'm be drunk to be an asshole.
Can we give a cheers and a round of applause for Jasmine for her first Lombardi's Bar show, everybody?
We'll keep you around for another week.
Thanks,
I think
guys.
so.
week by week contract.
Okay. I'll wear out another wig next week. Well,
Another
this
wig?
isn't a
You have
wig.
one on right now.
Listen.
Oh.
it's a
I'm drinking
beautiful
my
wig.
I'm drinking my plant-based, non-alcoholic mood enhancer. Okay?
Potato vodka.
Yeah, potato vodka mix.
I'm gonna take you out, Todd.
Promise?
Thank you guys. Yes, I promise.
Terrific.
You're welcome. I actually have a thought. We'll save it for when we're
No,
without-
throw it out. Let's go.
Oh, she can
No.
throw out things. The second I say something, it's production meeting.
Okay, really quickly, because I think that they would enjoy this. But I saw someone say that like slapping, something about a slap.
No,
right?
I can't. I've had so
Oh.
many concussions in my lifetime.
No, but like
I cannot
shh,
afford
shh,
another one.
shh, shh. Listen, all right. So I don't know
Another
if you've
person
seen
shushing
these
me.
videos
Jimmy, she said shh.
at the. They're at a bar. I don't know what bar this is, and they like take a. I don't know if it's a drink or just water, and they like throw it in their face, and then you smack them, and then you have to take a shot. After.
I call that a Thursday.
I'll have to find it for you guys. I feel like someone in the chat knows exactly what I'm talking
I know what
about.
you're talking about. They throw water in your
I've seen
face,
videos.
slap you, and then you have to take a shot.
Yeah. So
I've
I don't
seen it.
know
Sounds
because I don't know
terrible.
what you guys are into. So like sometimes you might, Todd
Don't
might
threaten
like
me
that.
with a good time.
Todd might like
Yeah.
that. So let me think about it. Let me think about it. That was
It's the punishment for two of us.
Listen,
all right.
if you haven't subscribed on the YouTube channel,
Dan's over it.
do so you get notified every time that we go live. Make sure you're following the show at Lombardi's Bar on Twitter and Threads, I might add, as well. So follow the show. Follow all four of us. Sorry, Jasmine.
It's okay.
We'll say we're forgetting Todd. All four of us on Twitter. We'll see you next week. Same Lombardi Bar time, same Lombardi's Bar place. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.